O'Reilly right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's back after a refreshing weekend.
Yes.
Did you catch America's Funniest Home Videos last night?
No, I did not.
Oh, what an episode. Top 10 all time. Great one. Little dogs were getting scared. Kids were falling down. A couple of women tripped. It was funny. It was funny. Laughed. Yeah, right.
Oh, jeez, really?
Great show. Funniest thing on TV.
They ran out of ideas back in 1989, and they just kept redoing it.
Dude, it's
Nothing new. There's nothing
but it's people
new.
being people. That's what's funny about it.
Yeah, right. Because people are really people when there's a video camera. They're
They
not
are
real.
That's
Once
what's,
you put
that's
a
what's
camera
so funny
on
about.
somebody, nobody's real.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, even you and I right now, we're bastardized versions of ourselves. We're
Not
not
really.
real right now. No, we are.
Let's say you get a hoverboard for
kind
Christmas. Oh, look at there's a hoverboard. Well, let's see Dave ride around on. Oh, wham, boom, down he goes. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh yeah, because that wasn't planned at all.
You're too cynical.
I'm not
You're
cynical.
way too
I'm
cynical.
I'm what they call a realist.
No, you're not. You're overly cynicized.
All right.
You're a bitter,
ready to
angry
do this,
young man. You're bitter and you're angry and you hate
I'm not
life.
bitter or angry at all.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
You're a bitter, sour.
I'm an optimist.
You're
I'm not a
you're what they
bitter,
call sour
at all.
grapes.
Not at all, Mac. I got a bunch of stuff to get into. If you're ready to roll, man.
Let's roll then. All right.
Let's
I
get
call
into
you
it.
out
All
on
right.
being sour grapes, and you want to go right to news. Okay.
I'm ready to go, man.
Let's go.
We got
What are you waiting
okay,
for, sour grapes? Let's do it.
Okay. I need to tell you, you need to bring your A game. You need to follow along because there's a lot of moving parts with this. All right, let's do it.
All right. Let me turn my volume up a little bit.
Okay, ready? Let's go. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says the U.S. is considering a full range of options in response to Iran's alleged attack in the Middle East on a tanker last week. A military option remains on the table. Iran is denying involvement. The U.S., along with Great Britain, Israel, and Saudi Arabia, effectively calling bullshit on Iran. We're going to see, but bottom line is there's not going to be any boots on the ground here. We might launch some missiles, and here's the reason why, because this relates to a side story to this, which is the latest presidential poll came out, which basically has Biden, Bernie, Mayor Pete, and Elizabeth Warren all edging out Trump. In fact, Biden beats him by, I think, 10 points in head-to-head matchup. Once again, it's still early on, but the presidential odds, I went to OddsShark. Donald Trump was at minus 125. He's at even numbers. Basically, what that means is to win 125, to win $100. If you bet on Donald Trump, you'd have to bet 125. Now it's even up. Biden's at plus 425. Bernie's at plus 750. Then it goes Mayor Pete, Kamala Harris, and number 5. Despite the fact Elizabeth Warren is 3rd in the latest Democratic poll, Andrew Yang is 5th as far as Vegas odds go. So there's a little discrepancy between what the Vegas odds makers say is going to be the next president or who has the best chance and what the current presidential polls say. There's a little bit of a difference. Elizabeth Warren is off the reservation, so to speak, at plus 2,200. So if you bet $100 on Elizabeth Warren to be the next president, this might not be a bad bet. $100 on Elizabeth Warren, if she were to win, you'd win at $2,200 right now.
Ooh, okay.
She is, but Andrew Yang, who most people have never heard of, is ahead of her right now.
Well, all right. Well, I refuse to let odds makers pick a president because that's not what should be here. This is not a game. We've gone over this. B,
this is not about.
I'm going to go with what the ship's ownership said about Iran, because even the ship's owner said they couldn't be Iran because we think the hit came from the sky, not the torpedoes that they were suspected hit. So. Us pointing the finger at somebody we just want to start a war with? That never happened.
See, this is where you're wrong, though. This is where you're wrong. We're not going to start a war, and there's a reason we're not going to start a war. It's because the next presidential election is 17 months away. So you're not going to see Donald Trump is not going to put boots. If he does that, he effectively ends his candidacy. It's done. It's over. Any war that we get into that President Trump starts, he's done. So we're not going to have any boots on the ground. That's why these two things are related. But as far as the odds go, that's where you want to look as far as who the next president is going to be, because that's where the money, who's putting money down, who do they think is the favorite? And those, I think, the odds makers have a better handle on what the public is going to do better than the pollsters do right now. So, and that's why a guy like Andrew Yang, like I said, who most people have never heard of, what they're thinking is, we got that first debate coming up in about a week, a little over a week. Andrew Yang gets in there. He starts talking about giving everybody $1,000 a month between the ages of 18 and 64. That's going to carry some weight. So we shall see. But it's interesting to see how this affects this. Anyway,
yes, and
moving
and
on.
Nothing,
This next
nothing I
story,
can't wait more for than is another year of getting beaten over the head with political stuff. God,
Well,
thank God, yes.
That's why I try to make it fun with the odds.
It was
Anyway,
fun.
moving on.
You know what? That was like a ride on the corkscrew. Woo! That was fun.
Yeah. All right, next story is just for you. NASA wants to return astronauts to the moon in the next 5 years. Space agency says it will need an extra 20 to 30 million through 2024. This would mean an increase of $4 to $6 billion per year for NASA's budget. We don't need to go to the moon again, or for the first time, depending on who you listen to. Let's go to Mars. Let's just let Elon Musk deal with this and move on. Do we really need? I mean,
did you see that picture I sent out Friday afternoon?
Wait, what? I don't think so.
I
was too busy.
Pulling the guys
oatmeal.
up at Midas.
Yes,
you do. You know Dave and Brian and everybody up there.
Right, yeah.
All that, right. Brian's daughter was out at some video game convention or something out in L.A. Mm-hmm. She bumps into Elon Musk.
Oh, that's.
She tweets out a picture of herself and Elon Musk. I'm like, hey, can I share that? She's like, yeah, go ahead. That was pretty cool.
That's cool. Elon Musk, yeah. A lot of people, were kind of crapping all over Elon Musk because he got high with Joe Rogan on his podcast. And it's like, come on, the guy's a billionaire. He needed to unwind a little bit.
Here's the thing. The moon is a launching part, but the moon's where we're going to launch from Mars from.
Yeah.
We don't have the propulsion. Well, we might have the propulsion from Earth. We don't have it from the government yet. I think we have it. The government just won't give it to us yet. True.
I'm still hoping the conspiracy theorists are right.
But
we didn't actually go.
That's where we have to launch to go to Mars from is the moon. So that's why we got to go back to the moon.
I'm like I said, until we send, I still think we just need to send a monkey up there and see what happens. Why not? Curious George hasn't done anything for years.
Sure he has.
The man in the yellow hat. He's got to be like 100 years old. Just saying. Finally, a new Miss Michigan was crowned in Muskegon over the weekend. Mallory Renard of Bay City took the crown at the Froenthal on Saturday. Renard is the first winner of the revamped scholarship program since what?
Rivard, R-I-V-A-R-D.
Oh, sorry. Rivard. Did I say Renard?
Yep.
My bad.
That's okay.
Rivard. Anyway, she's the first winner of the revamped scholarship program since Miss America removed the swimsuit portion of the contest back in 2018. Rivard receives a $12,000 scholarship and a spot in the 2020 Miss America pageant. So you got to have the swimsuit.
No, you don't.
You got to. Yeah, you do. It's all part. It's a staple of Americana. It's wholesome. The swimsuit competition was always wholesome. You throw in everything. You throw in looks and brains and talent and all. It's all encompassing.
Yeah, but you can do it without swimsuit competition.
No, you can't. Otherwise, it's not a Miss. Call it something else. Don't call it. Don't call it Miss Michigan or Miss America. Call it something else.
Okay.
Because it's not without the swimsuit portion. And I don't want to I'm not dirty old man here at all. I'm
no,
just
not
saying
at all.
I'm a traditionalist.
This wouldn't be coming from the guy that still hangs out at Sydney's on quarter drink night.
I don't even know what the hell Sydney's is. What is that? Sydney's?
Sydney's Aftershock.
Aftershock. Okay, Aftershock. Yeah, that's where I was introduced.
Yeah, that was Sydney's before that. So
it was?
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is now. It was completely different last time I went in there like 5 or 6 years ago. Back in the carefree days of my early 40s. Anyway.
When I was going to college night.
Shut up. I wasn't. I stopped doing that when I was 34.
Oh, sure you did. Uh-huh.
I did. That was 33.
Dude, you're talking to me here. Don't even try to be a liar.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious. Hey, there's a certain age you gotta let that go, and that was in my early 30s.
I have let it go. I can just
Okay,
see your
you
pickup
haven't.
line. Hi,
Oh,
I'm Dave.
shut up.
I have a 9-year-old.
Uh,
You just graduated? Huh, nice. Are those X's on both your hands? Don't worry about that. I'm down.
I got a washcloth. No, no, I don't do that. You're
Any
a pig.
sports?
Yes, sports.
Yeah.
Dodgers beat the Cubs. Cubs lose. Cubs lose. Cubs lose. They follow the Dodgers 3-2. Tigers get blanked by Cleveland 8-0. What's the point, Detroit?
I know, right?
What's the point? That's sports.
Have yourself a great Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Bye.